Hi, this is Joe, and this is the Filmjoe Podcast, where film talk happens.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hi, I'm Joe, your host, and I'm here with Carlos.
Hello.
And welcome to the podcast, where we talk about films, filmmakers, trends, the good, the bad, and the not so bad, all in the spirit and for the love of film. So today, it's a special episode.
Huzzah.
Yeah, we are pretty much on the horizon of the summer movie season.
Horizon.
Yes, a new horizon.
Ah.
Yeah. So we'll be going over some of the most anticipated films for the summer and some not so anticipated, but we'll try to cover as much as we can on this episode. But first,
Watch report time. What have you seen? What has piqued your interest? What have you been intrigued in?
I have been very much intrigued. I'm still watching Peaky Blinders.
Huzzah.
Amazing show. Gets better with every episode. Bloodier, more violent. It's insane. It's an awesome, great series.
Mm-hmm.
So what else? Oh, I saw a film just recently called Ticket to Paradise.
Okay. Sounds artsy.
Far from.
Okay.
It's I guess a rom-com chick flick kind of thing. Stars George Clooney
Okay.
and Julia Roberts.
Ah.
And it's basically divorced. They've been divorced for like 20 years. And their daughter, she's getting married.
Mm-hmm.
And they do everything in their power to, just to foil the marriage and to sabotage it. It's formulaic, it's by the numbers, but it's still fun to watch. I mean, I think what made this one work was Clooney and Julia Roberts working together. They're old friends, and you can tell that they really love working together.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fun. It's not a bad film. Not great, but
Enjoyable.
Enjoyable.
Yeah.
Anybody else, this would have been a crap show. It would have been down the tubes, but it wasn't too bad. But that's basically it. What about yourself?
So much with you going on, yeah.
Yeah, I'm very busy.
I have even more going on. Last
Oh.
night, I rewatched The Nutty Professor.
Eddie Murphy?
Eddie Murphy, man.
Oh.
Is there any other version?
Yes. Actually, 1960s, there was a Jerry Lewis version, which is the original, which was a take on the whole Jekyll and Hyde thing.
Yeah.
And not a bad film, but
Was it more serious or was it still comedic?
it was a comedic goofball
Got it,
kind of
okay,
comedy.
Okay.
And I'm not much for remaking classics here and there, but
With Eddie Murphy, it
was great.
That was fun.
It-
I like when the scenes where it's his family at the dinner table.
oh, God, yes.
Oh, I've been working out too. Look at me, Hercules. Oh man, I laugh so hard every time.
It's classic. It's
Yeah.
classic. I actually got to walk around some of the places where it was filmed.
Really?
Yes, Westwood.
Where was it filmed? Okay.
We're by UCLA.
Okay.
Westwood Village. His apartment where, the stairs you go into.
Yeah.
I've been through there, and it was filmed all over campus. So it was pretty neat. When it came out, I got to check out the locations.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, that's
Like
a
I
good
stood right where Eddie Murphy stood in a fat suit.
Yeah. So what else?
That's it.
Wow. Just as busy as myself,
Yeah,
huh?
just as busy as yourself, man.
Alrighty, well, let's jump into some news bits.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, it's just one interesting news bit that just came about.
Interesting.
Warner Brothers just announced that New Line Entertainment, I guess they're in partnership,
Right?
that with Middle Earth Enterprises.
Oh. Oh, okay.
They're collaborating on multiple films that they're planning out in the Lord of the Rings universe.
Okay.
So they're making more Lord of the Rings films. And in addition, you're going to dig this,
Okay.
which is currently in production.
Oh.
They are working on an anime film called Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim.
Ah. Now see, okay. Here's my whole spiel. Lord of the Rings, it's such a dear title to my heart, right?
Yes, yes.
Love them. The original Lord of the Rings, mwah, chef's kiss, right?
Beautiful films.
I've never got around to seeing The Hobbit, so I can't comment on it.
Not bad.
Okay, and that's what I've heard. Anybody who has seen The Hobbit, it's not bad.
Right.
It's not Lord of the Rings, but it's not bad.
Right.
But then having heard the news from The Power of the Rings or The Rings of Power,
Oh,
the Amazon TV show that was crazy, stupid, expensive.
And
but a huge flop.
yeah. And
I don't know. It's not like, okay, if we look at the pattern, great. Okay. To
crap.
Yeah. You know, it's a slow and steady downscale.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think what's contingent here with this is if Peter Jackson is involved, even if it's just in a producer, which he probably will, but if he directs it,
10 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be good. So, yeah, that's basically all we have for news bits. So what do you say we dive into the summer season 2023?
I say let's dive. Did you bring her swimming trunks?
No, I'm going skinny. Skinny dip.
Well, I brought my Speedo, so.
Okay. So we're gonna kick off the summer, starting in May.
Okay.
And
Question.
Yes.
When does the quote unquote summer season finally start? Is it May or is it late May?
It's May.
May. Got it.
Early May. It got pushed back. Back in the days, it used to be June was like the real kickstarting period for the summer films.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of worked this way. You kickstart it with some, softer stuff that it's going to do well. You want to jump ahead of the pack. So June actually. And then July, being that it's 4th of July, that's when you bring out your heavy guns. And then August, just like that. And then August was kind of the dumping ground for big films that studios really didn't have much
faith in. Just, quick money grab.
Right. And I mean, the whole landscape of that whole strategy, it's kind of changing. But nonetheless, so we're going to start with May. May 5th, 2023, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And it's basically it's about our beloved band of misfits looking for they're looking a little bit different these days. Peter Quill is still reeling from the loss of Gamora, must rally his team around to defend the universe, along with protecting one of their own. A mission that, if not completed, could quite possibly lead to the end of the Guardians as we know it. Yes.
I like the Guardians just because of the soundtrack.
Great soundtrack.
Oh my God. The soundtrack, it slaps every single time.
Yeah. I think that's what really sold me on the first one. I went watching the first one with no preconceived knowledge what it was about. Mm-hmm. So it was a pleasant surprise. It was very heart-wrenching. It was very touching, very funny.
Yeah.
Great cast. They just came out of left field. James Gunn is back as director.
And this is going to be his last Marvel project before hopping on as, head of DC projects and Warner Brothers?
I believe so.
Something like that, yeah.
And he's also talked about doing crossover, DC Marvel.
Oh, that'll never happen.
No, because the genre it's on a decline, so I don't know if
not only that, but I feel like the studios will never be able to come to terms with a collaboration or any of this, anything like of that nature.
Right. What percentages, stuff like that, what they can use, what they can't use.
Who would win? Who, like back in the day with the comics, like DC and Marvel, and then it would be Hulk and Superman, right?
Right.
And nobody would win because no one can be the loser.
Right. And so who knows? Vin Diesel is coming back.
Of course.
Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana,
who's been in 2 of the top 5 highest grossing movies, Avatar and Endgame.
That's right. Bradley Cooper's back and Dave Bautista. So most of the cast are all coming back. I believe Bautista said this is his last.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
He's good. I like him as Drax.
Yeah, but there's only so far you can take this going, on forward.
No, yeah.
I think 3 is the magic number and they should move on.
Yeah.
So now we got June 2nd, 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Me, no big deal for me. I didn't see the first one, didn't care for even watching it. But I know you want to watch this one.
I'm excited.
Yes, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
I feel like if you watch the first one, you would genuinely enjoy it. I genuinely, I got a Puerto Rican Spider-Man.
Maybe. Maybe. I saw the animation. I mean, maybe it's because I'm so structured with live action.
Yeah, probably.
For these properties that I can't really buy into it. It's kind of distracting. But this one sees Miles Morales. He returns for the next chapter in this Spider-Verse saga in a new epic adventure that will transport Brooklyn's full-time friendly neighborhood Spider-Man across the multiverse, join forces with Gwen Stacy and a new team of Spider people to face off with a villain more powerful than anything they've ever imagined. I'm not sold.
I'm sold. Just because, okay, not only the visuals in the first one were absolutely stunning and amazing, the soundtrack, the score to the entire movie, mwah, chef's kiss, man.
Okay.
And being able to see like multiple spider
peoples,
like you said, yeah,
right?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, okay. In all fairness, I guess I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, you will.
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, you will.
And I might like it.
You will love it.
Probably not.
You will.
No. But it's cool. I mean, I like to see that the MCU is kind of taking. Although this is
Sony.
This is Sony.
This is Sony in association with Marvel.
With Marvel, and it's cool to see that.
Probably one of the only Sony films that's actually doing well.
Yeah, they've had a run of stinkers. Morbius,
Venom, Carnage.
Oh God, they were horrible. Which, by the way,
okay.
Talk about Carnage, who was played by Tom Hardy.
Yeah. No. Tom Hardy plays Venom.
Okay, Venom.
Woody Harrelson played Carnage.
Okay, well, excuse me.
Yeah.
Well, Tom Hardy.
Know your stuff, man.
I was watching Peaky Blinders. And Tom Hardy is in it.
Trip out. And he gives me that sort of like rugged.
Oh no, he plays like a Jewish gangster.
Interesting.
Very, with the beard and the hat and the strong Jewish accent. Tom Hardy is amazing. I did not recognize him in this. Because I'd seen him in, what was it, Inception?
Inception?
Yeah, he was in Inception.
Where the hell was he in Inception?
He was the guy who fakes like stuff. I forgot what his character was.
I'm going to rewatch it.
Yeah, he's in it, and I think he was great in that. He was in Mad Max, and I've seen him in other stuff. He was also Bane.
Yes.
I did not recognize him in this film. I mean, in the show. So he's just amazing. So it didn't work for him in I guess in Venom. Yeah.
He was good.
Yeah.
But the movie was very flat.
Yeah. So who knows? I mean, this is what I guess Sony on their own, independently of Marvel,
can work with. And they're doing really well with it.
And that's good to see. It's good. So now we go to June 30th. Big day. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
That's all I'm going to do because we might get copyrighted.
Copyright issues. And here is the fifth and final, let me emphasize, Harrison Ford Indiana Jones film.
Harrison Ford.
No
way would Disney let this title die.
No, not at all. Disney said, this is the final Indiana Jones film. They're selling it this way. But like you said, they're not going to let this property go.
Give it 10 years. They'll do a reboot, remake, sequel,
something.
Saga, whatever.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways they can go with it, but Disney's not one to walk away from that kind of profit potential. It's Harrison Ford. He's back, directed by James Mangold. As we've mentioned in early episodes, he directed Ford versus Ferrari, Logan, Wolverine Origins, which was kind of a stinker. Walk the Line with Joaquin Phoenix, who plays Johnny Cash.
Oh, okay.
You haven't seen it, check it out. It's really, really good. Also joining the cast is Mads Mikkelsen.
Okay.
I guess he's going to be a villain. Antonio Banderas.
Oh.
Yeah. And so it looks great. I've seen the first trailer and the new trailer that it just came out. Looks like a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, most of the Indiana Jones were really good, and then the last one was it was good. It was okay.
The alien one?
Yeah, the Crystal Skull.
Crystal Skull. Yeah, I mean...
It wasn't bad.
Yeah,
I have a good place because it's my first movie that I ever remember watching.
In the theater.
Yeah,
great. I like you said, I enjoyed it. It definitely felt like an original Indiana Jones film. The whole thing with the aliens was kind of
a little far-fetched, even though we saw the Ark of the Covenant swallow a bunch of Nazis, but...
Yeah, but that was Spielberg.
Yeah.
Well, that one was Spielberg too, the Crystal Skull.
Yeah. Was it?
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Yeah.
Probably had a stake there or something when they were doing the whole aliens.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that for the Crystal Skull was that there was a ton of rewrites when they were developing it. And that's always a sign that it's not going in the right direction.
Yeah.
When you say, we got the final script. We're going to delay because we have to do rewrites. And, that's always an indicative factor that
something's not going right here.
Something's not going right. Yeah. But I mean, again, I enjoyed it. I thought it was fine. There's a lot of crazy, insane fans out there that, it sucked. Spielberg should die,
Okay, let's not go there. But it's just, maybe it wasn't a great movie.
Chill out.
Oh, well.
You didn't like it. So now, the weekend of July 14th, 2023, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1.
They're going to make us wait.
They're going to make us wait
Of
for...
course they will.
I'm looking forward to this. Have you seen the trailer for this?
See, I'm not a huge fan of any of the Mission Impossibles. Not because I don't like them. I saw that judgmental eye in you right now.
Yeah.
Not because I don't like them. It's just I have never seen them. So I have a neutral standpoint on it because
you have to check them out.
I'm sure they're really good.
They are. I mean, there was the first one that was directed by Brian De Palma, who directed
Brian De Palma.
Yeah, Untouchable, Scarface, Carrie.
He did a Mission Impossible?
He did the very first one.
Trip out, man.
And it was okay. It was very convoluted, confusing. There was a lot of twists and turns.
Yeah, sounds like a De Palma.
Yeah, and it was a bit slow for what it should be, which is an action spy film thriller.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's not a bad film. You just need a roadmap to, guide you through this maze of a plot.
Yeah.
So it wasn't bad. The second one was directed by John Woo, who directed films like Hard Target. What was it? Better Luck Tomorrow. His hardcore action Hong Kong films. So he directed the sequel. Yeah, it was bad. I mean, that was really, really bad. Overly CG'd when CG was still in its infancy. The action was way over the top. Unbelievable.
Got it. Okay.
So it just makes it
unenjoyable.
And to me, it wasn't until Mission Impossible 3, shut up, that the series took a more fun action turn. And that was directed by J.J. Abrams.
Oh. Abrams got the
magic touch. And it worked. I thought it was good. A lot of critics didn't fall for it. They didn't care much for it. But I thought it was really good. It was a straightforward, really fun action adventure spy thriller. And from then on, I thought they got better and better.
Okay.
And that's being directed by Christopher McQuarrie.
Okay.
And he's a longtime corroborator with Tom Cruise. I think the John Reacher films that he did, which were okay. He directed like 2 other Mission Impossible films, and he directed Top Gun 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'll end up watching it.
But there is a sequence in there, this one stunt, and Tom Cruise does all of his own stunts.
He's very proud of that.
I'm very proud. Yeah, exactly. This is one stunt that just insane that he did himself. And you got to see it to believe it.
Is it the one with the motorcycle?
Yeah, off the cliff?
Oh, yeah. I saw the video and that gave me goosebumps.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to it, but I highly recommend watch a few before you watch the new one. If you're going to watch it, you'll definitely enjoy it. I think it went in a better direction than the Jason Bourne saga.
Okay.
Because the Jason Bourne saga, they started pretty good and they kind of went south.
Right.
And this one really continued a trajectory in the right direction, and stylistically, storytelling, characters. So I'm looking forward to it. I've seen most of them. I'm not a huge fan, but I am
I appreciate an appreciator.
Yeah, I appreciate the films. All right, so let's move on to the next one. This one is in July, in the meat of the summer.
Yeah, man.
Okay,
that was.
Yeah.
We're just gonna move on.
Yeah, well, meat as in like ribs and barbecue,
right? Yep.
Which to a vegetarian, means nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, July 21st.
The watermelon of the summer. Yeah,
I don't think that works.
No, not at all.
No,
but anyways,
so we're gonna go with Oppenheimer, directed by
Christopher Nolan, man.
And it has to do with the inventor of the nuclear bomb, who split the atom and all that good stuff, and what led to the 2 bombs being dropped in Japan in World War II. This is stacked. Now, if you're not familiar with Christopher Nolan, just check out a movie called Inception, Interstellar, the 3 Batman films with Christian Bale. The guy is an artist. He is a magician. He is an amazing director who gives you just amazing visuals with solid characterization and storyline. He's one of the best modern filmmakers, in my opinion.
There, yeah.
And
anybody else, I would not have faith in this project, but Nolan.
Oh, Nolan. Yeah, well,
that's a name, man.
When I first heard about this project being put into, that was getting put together, I was like, oh, Oppenheimer, okay.
Yeah, okay, it's going to be like a historical piece.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll just wait for something on the History Channel.
Yeah.
But when I heard first who's directing and the cast, you talk about a stacked cast.
Talk about it, brother.
Oh, we have Robert Downey Jr., Matt Damon, Josh Hartnett, Cillian Murphy from Peaky Blinders, and he plays Oppenheimer. I'm sold.
Chef's kiss.
Emily Blunt from A Quiet Place.
Yeah.
She plays his wife, Kitty. Emma Thomas, Florence Pugh. You know, if this movie doesn't do well, if it goes south, if it ends up, if it sucks, then Christopher Nolan needs to give up filmmaking.
Yeah, no.
I mean, this sounds like a perfect cast, a perfect film.
When I remember when Avatar came out, that has nothing to do with Avatar, right? But they were announcing that if you watch Avatar in the Dolby screenings that they have, they will release a special trailer for Oppenheimer, only shown in Dolby theaters. And I was like, yes, let's go watch Avatar just for the trailer. Never got around to it. And I hate myself for it.
And I don't think a trailer has been...
Nope. Have not seen anything of the trailer.
So you didn't catch that special trailer?
Nope.
You're done.
Yeah.
Until it officially comes out.
Pretty much.
Wow.
Not only that, Christopher Nolan, instead of CGIing the first atomic bomb, he decided to recreate it. Not using an actual atom bomb, but with miniatures or scaling it or something of the sorts with actual explosives. And I am excited for Oppenheimer because of this sole reason.
So instead of, again, he actually recreated it in practical.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's amazing.
That's power right there.
Wow.
Telling a studio, I'm not going to use CGI. So you guys are paying for all of this.
And the studio was like, we can just CGI the nuclear explosion.
Nolan, let's talk about this, bud. We don't have to do... No, we're doing it.
It's Christopher Nolan.
What
he says?
Yeah, it goes.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, this is one... I have not seen the trailer as well because obviously I didn't go to the special screening. But I know nothing about it as far as like trailer-wise. It sounds amazing.
Yeah. I've seen the movie poster for it where the guy has the real thick glasses on.
Oh, the protective eye gear?
Yeah. That's all I need to see.
Yeah, I can't wait. That's going to be a really big film this coming summer. And the final one that we're going to cover, August 11th, The Last Voyage of the Demeter. And this has to do, it's the story of the ill-fated cargo ship that was chartered from Transylvania to London, carrying some strange cargo. Coffins with soil.
Question mark? Exclamation point.
Yeah. Let's get dramatic. Yeah. So it's the story of Dracula and his voyage from Transylvania to London.
Yeah.
And for those of you who have not read the book or maybe even seen Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula, there's a small part in it. In the book, it's like one chapter, like maybe 6-7 pages. And it talks about the strange goings on this ship and how the crew members start to disappear one by one until the ship arrives at the dock in London and the captain is found dead, tied to the wheel of the ship and dead. And there's a mystery. What happened? Right.
Where are they?
And so that was just one small chapter in the novel. Well, this film expands on that entire story. So it's the unknown story of the Demeter from the original classic Dracula novelization. When I first heard of this, I was blown away because I've read the book. Great novel. I saw Francis Ford Coppola's version, which was, to me, the most accurate iteration of Bram Stoker's work. Although not 100%.
Yeah.
But it's
I mean, no movie's going to adapt a book exactly like it was told.
Right. And it's the closest as far as tone and spirit of the novel. And there is a scene in there in the film which you see the Demeter arrive.
Mm-hmm.
So when I heard about this project, and it stars Liam Cunningham. Who is that?
Yeah.
He was Davos in Game of Thrones.
Ah, the first one?
Game of Thrones? There's only one Game
of Thrones. No. Wait, didn't they... Hold on.
Whoa. Was there a Game of Thrones part 2 that I missed?
Yeah, no, it came out last year. A super small project. No, didn't they replace the actor that played Sir Davos?
No, they didn't.
No. They replaced one of the sons of the Sully, right? I know they replaced one of the actors in between seasons.
Well, there was a couple of actors that were replaced in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
It was the guy who was in love with Daenerys.
Yeah.
He was like some sort of warrior.
Yeah.
They changed the actor.
Okay, then I'm not thinking about... Oh, no. Okay, you're right. Yeah.
You're thinking about Game of Thrones Part 2, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking about Game of Thrones Part 2.
So, but I saw the trailer. The trailer has been released. It looks amazing. Very gothic, very dark. And it's kind of like a ghost house or ghost story on a ship, kind of thriller. Mm-hmm. It's great. It looks really, really good.
And I mean, imagine adapting a movie based off of 6 pages on a book.
Yeah, it's incredible. And I don't know why nobody's ever thought about this before, because it's perfect. It's easy.
You can run with it any way you want.
Yeah. So it has a classic look, really solid cinematography, creeps and scares. It looks really good. So those of you who have not seen the trailer, check it out. It's called The Last Voyage of the Demeter. So
Demeter.
So that pretty much covers the highlights of the summer films. Now, there are other films that, we'll just go ahead and mention. May 19th, we have Fast X. Yeah, and that brings back Michelle Rodriguez. Family. Yeah, Vin Diesel, Brie Larson, Fast Pass. Okay, Rita Moreno, Jason Momoa, who replaces the other.
Fast Pass.
Yeah, you like that, huh?
That was kind of good. Good. I'll give you that.
Yeah, Scott Eastwood, Clint Eastwood's son, is in it. So, yeah, I'm not really excited for that. Hopefully that's the last one. June 2nd, we got The Boogeyman, which is based on a Stephen King story. And
who's directing?
I don't know. I don't think if anybody I've ever heard of, but I saw the trailer. Trailer is available. Looks good.
Okay.
Looks good. June 9th, we have Transformers, Rise of the Beast. Yeah.
I like the Transformers movies. They're really good.
Yeah.
But I'll watch it eventually when it gets on like Netflix, Hulu, one of the others, Amazon, HBO, Primos, sponsor us. But I'm not too excited to go watch it in the movie theaters.
Yeah, I'm not going to go out of my way to watch them. I've seen most of the others, and they've been on streaming services or whatever.
Yeah.
But, you have Michelle Yeoh, who's in it. Spielberg is producing. Michael Bay is directing.
Michael Bay.
Yeah.
Explosion.
Yeah.
Solar flare.
June 16th, we have Elemental from Pixar. And characters that, they represent fire, water, earth, all that good stuff, how they're all supposed to live together, whatever. Whatever.
I'm kind of, okay, I like it. It sounds like a good concept.
I'm sorry. You know what? Pixar jumped the shark for me a long time ago. I'm done with Pixar.
Pixar has some decent, good stuff.
Decent. They used to be
top tier.
They were top shelf. They were. Yeah. Now, I'll pass.
I'm going to go watch that one.
Yeah. June 16th, we have The Flash. Now, I'm conflicted about this. It has Ben Affleck, Michael Keaton, Zack Snyder's directing, but it has Ezra Miller.
Yeah. I don't like him.
Yeah.
Because of everything that he's done, I can't watch a movie like that.
Right. Now, granted, you should always separate the artist from his personal, but that's when they have opinions like, let's not protect the dolphins. Okay, well, that's his opinion.
Yeah.
But this guy's he was accused of child grooming, violence against women.
Yeah.
Unacceptable. And it's hard to watch something, with this guy in it. And it's sad. I mean, it's kind of a bummer because Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
He's
Michael
returning.
Keaton as the Batman.
That's the Batman. And so maybe I'll just watch the movie and fast forward to Michael Keaton's part when it comes out. I don't know. July 7th, we have Insidious. Fear the Dark from Blumhouse.
Mhm.
Like we've mentioned quite a few times about Blumhouse, they come up with pretty decent stuff. I've never really been excited with the Insidious series.
Yeah, you know what? I've never seen them.
I
know a lot of people when they first came out were like, "Oh my god, it's the scariest thing I've ever seen." And I was like,
I saw the first one. It was okay.
Eh.
And to me, it just got boring. I saw the second and half the third. The third one, I just had a few beers and passed out.
Yeah.
It was just boring.
That sounds like a fun time.
No, yeah. July 28th, we have the Marvels. The Marvels, I don't know. Brie Larson is coming back as Captain Marvel. Not a very likable character, in my opinion. So, hard pass on that one.
Yeah.
August 4th, I'm excited for this.
Okay.
I get goosebumps just
chilly chills.
Chilly chills.
Yeah, man.
The Meg 2, The Trench.
Whoa.
Yes.
Man, the first one was just a lot of fun.
It was, you know what? It's a brainless film.
It is.
There's not, it's very unbelievable. For those of you who have not seen The Meg, it's about this megalodon shark that comes to surface, which is supposedly, it sounds ridiculous. It really does. Supposedly was extinct, and it comes back, and it's like, how many feet long?
It's huge. Enormous. Boat size.
Yeah, it's the size of a small ship.
Yeah.
And there's a couple shots in there that this thing you can see from the overhead. You see this ginormous shark.
Yeah.
It's funny. But Jason Statham is in it.
Okay.
And he's coming back for the sequel. This is being dumped, of course, in the dumping ground of August, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. Mm-hmm. It's on my calendar. August 4th, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem.
We were watching the Super Mario Brothers movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the trailer for this one came out, and apparently either it's directed or produced by Seth Rogen.
Yeah, Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
He's directing it.
And he's a huge nerd, man. So I like his stuff that he'll do.
Okay, so he'll probably give the spirit of the original.
Yeah.
I mean, there's two others, right, that recently came out within the last 10 years.
The Mutants, yeah, they did a live action.
Right, and they were pretty good. Yeah. I think they withheld they held on to the spirit of the show.
Yeah.
And the cartoons, and they were fun. So next up is August 11th. Now this one, when I heard that we're going to do this, I'm like, oh God, not another video game movie.
Okay.
And then it's like, how do you make a video game movie out of something like this? And the game in question is Gran Turismo.
Okay.
One of my favorite games when I was younger. I mean, I would spend like hours of sleepless nights from like 11 to 6 in the morning playing this. And so how do you adapt this to a film? Well, it's actually based on a true story.
Oh, okay.
And it's basically about this teenager who is hardcore into Gran Turismo. He's got massive gaming skills, wins tournaments online and all this good stuff, and eventually becomes an actual professional race car driver.
Trip out. So the movie follows him.
His life, yeah. From gaming to actually racing on the track. And
that's a trip, okay.
So it sounds really great. I'm really excited, especially when I found out that David Harbour from Stranger Things is in it. And he just always adds something extra to whatever he's in. Mm-hmm. Orlando Bloom, Legolas from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
He's in it.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah, so it looks exciting. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And we have August 11th, Blue Beetle. Actually, I'm sorry. That's August 18th is Blue Beetle. Mm-hmm. That's a comic book, right?
Yeah, DC.
Okay, so that's coming out in August. August 11th, The Haunted Mansion.
Now, see, that one I do like. That one I'm kind of excited for.
Well, we have Jamie Lee Curtis, Owen Wilson. Mm-hmm. We can stop there because my money is taken.
That's it.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. I forgot who's directing it, but nonetheless, it does sound like a lot of fun. Jared Leto's in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, so that pretty much wraps up the overall summer lineup. Mm-hmm. Some good stuff, some original stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that's what that's why I'm always attracted to is the original kind of stuff, like the Meg. Okay, maybe it's not that original, but it's that's just stupidity fun.
Yeah.
But Oppenheimer looks amazing.
That's my money right there.
Yeah. The Last Voyage of Demeter. So yeah, it's going to be quite a fun summer. Now I got a question for you. I want you to make a couple of predictions here.
Predictions.
Yes. What is your pick for the number one film of the summer? That's going to be Oppenheimer.
That's the safe money right there, man.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go with Indiana Jones.
Also a fair second, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see by the end of August who got that one right.
Yeah.
Both I think, are valid choices for the top summer film. Now, here's a good one. Which high-profile film that we talked about is going to be a big flop?
Can I say it without even being, very judgmental?
No, go for it.
The Marvels, man. I don't see that one doing too well. Not only because the first Captain Marvel, is it called the Marvels or Marvel Squad?
The Marvel Squad.
I don't know, man. But okay, not only because the first Captain Marvel was a huge flop, made zero money back, and was just very poorly rated, but because it expands on her character, right? But it also has characters who were introduced in the TV shows who a lot of people who've only seen the movies haven't even seen. So now they're adding on characters that people may not know of and saying, oh, well, who are they? You know what I mean?
Well, that's one thing that Disney, in my opinion, erroneously banked on.
Yeah.
Was that they will have the shows on TV that will interconnect with the films.
Yeah.
That's not very smart because not everybody is going to get Disney Plus.
Not everybody's going to commit to watching an entire show.
Right. I mean, as it was when the MCU first started, we were bouncing from film to film, but they were all linear.
Yeah.
They'd come out, we'd watch them. Oh, what's next? And so forth and so forth. But with this, you have to kind of pinball back and forth. Yeah. What was it when I saw Black Widow? The end credits. Julia Louis-Dreyfus comes out at the end, and I'm like, who? And it was like, ooh. And I'm sitting there, who is she?
What the hell happened?
I don't know who she is. And then somebody actually told me, oh, no, she's a villain on an episode of this and that, and she does this. And
like, how the hell was I supposed to know? I've never seen the show.
Right.
I'm not going to commit to the show.
So
that's like my whole takeaway. I don't think it's going to do that well because not only are you integrating a character who people didn't care for the first time around,
right,
but you're now showing new characters that people may not even know of.
Right.
So,
and I think this may be the final appearance of Brie Larson.
Yeah, probably.
Because she was guaranteed another film or whatever. I don't know what the contractual agreements were. But let's be fair. Brie Larson did not have, in my opinion, a really good and solid screen presence. You have to like a character, even if they have the anti-hero personality or the what I call the Tony Stark element.
Yeah.
They're smug, they're arrogant, but you still like them.
Yeah.
She did not bring that across, although she tried. And this is not a takeaway from her acting abilities.
No, it's just, it was more on how the character was written and how it was portrayed as well,
Right. And so, I'm sorry, I'm in the unpopular opinion.
Yeah.
But
I'm not excited for it.
I didn't like her in it. Yeah. She was not appealing. So
had it been a more serious tone, like an almost Captain America sort of thing,
maybe
not even just like his character, but more like of a leader.
You got to make you got to make a character likable.
Yeah. And
she was not likable. I found her annoying. She alienated me as an audience member. So, yeah, I think I don't know. I'm sure it's going to make money.
Yeah.
But it will not make Disney level.
No.
Kind of what they expect. I think Disney's long gone from the $1 billion box office guarantee.
Yeah.
My pick for a film that's not going to do that well is Elemental from Pixar.
I mean, 50-50, honestly.
Well,
50-50.
Here's the thing. Most recent Pixar movie that did well, that was really well done, that was beautiful, did not make that kind of money that we expect. Coco. And that was a great film.
No, that one was really good. I love Coco.
So could the luster and appeal of Pixar be diminishing? I think so. people, I mean, after 50, 60 films that they've got coming out and just random stuff. I mean, Elemental seems so random.
I kind of like it. It's kind of cool.
They got your ticket, not
got
mine. You know, I'll watch it when it comes on Disney Plus. I mean, they still got my money because I'm paying for Disney Plus.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But that's even more than a movie ticket because you're paying for it monthly.
One film I think that will have some kind of backlash or will be affected would be The Flash.
Yeah.
Because of the negative
aspects of Ezra.
Yeah, Ezra Miller's off-screen stupidity.
Yeah.
So otherwise, I think it would have been I think that would have been a contender for one of the top films of the summer.
Easy.
Well, that pretty much covers our summer of 2023. You have anything to add?
Oppenheimer's going to be a huge hit, and it's going to be amazing to see the Autobahn replicated in a small miniature level.
All right. Got it. Okay.
You're welcome.
So we hope you really enjoyed our latest episode and hope you'll join us next week with an all new one. Please help to support the podcast by giving us a nice 5-star rating. Leave us a nice review. Another way to support the pod is simply subscribe to us and follow us on Amazon, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Deezer, Audible, or Boomplay, or wherever you get your podcast fix. Another way is you can just spread the word. Tell somebody, tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell
a teacher whose life was ruined by watching a very poor movie that came out in the middle of the summer, and now she lived in a box under a bridge.
All right. That was very random, but point taken.
Very well said, yeah.
Very well said. Also, don't forget to check us out on Facebook where we drop our trailer and promos for our upcoming episodes, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and on our YouTube channel where you can also catch our full episodes as well. You can contact us through email to thefilmjoepod@gmail.com. All of these links are in our show notes. We'd love to hear from you, get your feedback, your complaints,
trivial questions. What was the second character to ever appear in a Star Wars film?
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you. Anything is fine. So I'm Joe.
I'm Carlos.
And this is the Filmjoe Podcast, where film talk happens.